Alright, so I just got done watching Justin's video. One thing you may hear in the background here is my dog whining, and she's not feeling the greatest. So I just got done watching Justin's latest video about the RF bridge, where he didn't flash the bridge with Tasmota and keep it with Tasmota because he couldn't figure out how to parse the information. I'm going to show you one way. There's a couple of ways that you can do this, but to follow with one of the other videos that he had done lately, where you can use Node Red to, well, do a lot of things. So I'm going to show you this first, that I do have an RF bridge. So here's the Sonoff RF bridge, and this will allow me to monitor any 433 megahertz sensor that is within range of this. Not necessarily in my house, but anywhere near the house. So with that, when you have it flashed with Tasmota, I'm going to pull the console up for this here really quick. I'm going to sit on the floor. Okay, so new page. I don't know if I can flip the camera on this or not. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't look like it. Oh. Helps to put it in correctly. 250. So I'm going to go to Tasmota. Here's the... Which way here? Just to kind of give you an idea, so there's 16 slots here that you can pre-program things into. But what I'm doing is just monitoring the output for each MQTT message that's sent out. So RF received, sync, low, high, data. This is really the only point that I am monitoring right here, is the data. If you pre-assign one of your sensors to one of those 16 different keys, you'll have a RF key 1 through 16 right here. I just totally ignore that, and I just make my scripts monitor and watch for that number. And all of that is just done right here through Node Red. So this is the one for all of my door and window sensors, which I only have 3 of them, for my internal garage door, front door, and my back door. So it's watching for any MQTT message. So, and then it's doing MQTT, so it attaches to that server and it's subscribed to it. And then it's going to parse everything into a JSON format. And then I use the switch node here to make sure that the information, that the payload is not empty or is not null. And then here's where the function is. So I get in here and I've done, if the payload received data is equal to null. Oh, I did that backwards. Oh, is not equal to null. So there's an exclamation mark there. Exclamation equals equals, that's a not equal to null. If it's not equal to null, or if it's not empty, then go ahead and spit out the information. So it's just parsing it to be able to make sure that it's watching for the correct JSON query. So then in here, all I'm doing is saying, so for this one switch node, I have it watching the message payload and then grabbing the data number. This is the ID number for each of those different sensors. Or in this case here, I think that bottom one there is just a test one that I had in there. So there's 3 states to it: open, closed, and a tamper, open, and closed. That's how I got these labeled. With these particular sensors, if it ends in a 7, it's a tamper. If it ends in an A, it's opened, and if it ends in an E, it's closed. So that's where, and I'll show you the rest of this here really quick too. The rest of the sketch. So depending on what ID number is set, I've got the four different bullet points right here. If the door is showing a tamper, then it's going to change my notification in Home Assistant over here with my door to be an exclamation mark. If it's opened, it's going to send a notification to Home Assistant and show it as opened as it does right now. And then closed does the same thing, but it shows it as closed. And then it's doing two different things over here after it goes through this function. And this function is just to spit out the correct JSON information that Home Assistant needs in order to update on its side. So I send through the HTTP REST API for Home Assistant if there's a tamper, if it's closed. I got that backwards. I'm gonna have to go in and look at that again. Yeah, there's a number of different things that are going on here, and there's also the announcement there to Home Assistant, or to my Google Homes. And like I said, I got that for the interior garage door, the overhead garage door, front door, back door. So all of the doors are pretty much taken care of right there. Alright, so alright, come over here. I'm going to show this again. So these are the door sensors that I've got. These are not the Sonoff brand. This one, as you've seen in Node Red, has 3 different states: tamper, opened, and closed. If I open this, I have a Google Home in my garage right now that I left out there from playing some music when I was cleaning out the garage. So I'm going to open this and listen.
Interior garage door open.
Okay, so it's going to show that, verbally tell you that the garage door has been opened. If there's a tamper,
interior garage door shows a tamper.
and then also it's going to do it if it's, let's do it out here.
Interior garage door open. Interior garage door closed.
Okay, so there's that. I've also got motion sensors set up around the house. I haven't integrated them. All I've done is just determined what the ID number is for each of my motion sensors. So the door and window sensors, they don't always have to be a door and window sensor. They can be what they call a tilt sensor. If I come out here in my garage, you can see, there it is, right there. That's a door and window sensor. The magnet itself is on, and this is the magnet from the Sonoff switch, or the Sonoff door and window sensor. I did this because it was heavier than the one that came with this one. So when I have it on the hinge there and the garage door is open, it'll fall open.
Garage door open.
And it'll tell me the garage door has been opened. And it will also
Garage door closed.
tell me if it's closed. So there's those.
Garage door open.
And I think that's all of my RF stuff that I'm doing right now. I don't have anything else. I've got plans to try and do some other things. But as it sits, that's all that I've got right now. I'm going to do another overview video of my sprinkler system that I put together a while ago, using some more Sonoff equipment and some other equipment that's not Sonoff. And that'll also tie into one of Justin's videos too, so watch out for that one.